Wait till I get my money right.
I have a Patek, two Pateks.
Nice. I never heard of that timepiece before. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of What's on Your Wrist, the series where I go around asking random people what timepiece they're wearing on their wrist, along with some other watch-related questions. On top of it, I ask questions just to help us get to know them a little bit and have them give us one piece of advice. Guys, it's a beautiful, hot day here in Miami, so who knows who's going to be out here. Also, guys, I have new equipment. I have a new mic, two actually, that I'm going to incorporate in the upcoming videos. I just have to test it out, dial it in so that the content and the quality is going to be perfect. Now, before we get into the video, remember, guys, to comment down below your favorite timepiece that we spot out here. Give the video a thumbs up, and let's get straight into it. Today, I'm here with
Brian.
Okay, and where are you from?
From Miami.
And I spotted you wearing a beautiful Omega Speedmaster. Tell us about it. How long you had it for, and what made you pick this up?
So I've had it for maybe like a couple weeks. It's like the Moonwatch Professional, but it's the black ceramic, a dark side of the moon edition. I love it. One of the best watches I've ever had. Super durable, scratch resistant. It's such a beautiful piece. Yeah.
Is this your first Omega?
My first Omega, yes. I loved it.
Did you get it from the boutique?
I did. The one right here in the Miami Design District, yeah.
Those guys are great. Great service, right?
Always great service, yes.
What was your first watch?
First watch was the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. So
That's a good start. Good start. And after that one, if you remember, what was the next one?
First watch when I first got into medical school was the Movado Series 800.
Nice.
Beautiful watch, and then I had the Rolex Datejust. Nice. But honestly, the best watch I've ever had, I love the Omega. So great service, just 5-year warranty, so everything was great with that. Yeah.
Have you ever attempted to go to the Rolex AD over here?
I have. I'm on the wait list. I have a few that I'm on the wait list for. So hopefully.
Which one's on the top of the list for you?
The Sea Dweller. I love the Sea Dweller. So other than that, I love all the watches. So any watch I can get my hand on, I'll buy it. So.
Very nice. Are you into vintage?
I am. I'm into vintage. You know, my dad was the one that got me into watches, so pay heritage to him. So, yeah, all the watches are, it's a collection. So you get new ones, and So.
Did he ever gifted you one or handed one down to you?
He didn't. So he has all of them in a watch winder, but I get to see them. We're not the same wrist size, but beautiful collection he has. So yeah.
And I don't know if you mentioned this, but what's the next timepiece on your radar that you want to pick up?
On my radar, I really like the Santos de Cartier. It's a beautiful watch. I love that it comes with another strap as well. Something more casual. I like the anti-magnetic because since I'm in the medical field, it doesn't interfere with the movement or anything. So, yeah.
What do you think about the Rolex Milgauss?
It was discontinued, no?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good watch, but it discontinued. I wanted to get that one originally, but I'm hoping they implement that into more of their Rolexes. Yeah. So yeah,
you're not someone that's going into the gray market.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If there's a good deal, I think that's something that I'm not against. Yeah. So I know there's different like Joma Shop. There's different brands. So definitely wouldn't be opposed to it if I'm not able to get a watch. So yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
I don't work. I'm in medical school now. So yeah, medical school.
And what's one piece of advice you could give someone out there that's considering going into medical school, whether they should or not, or just one piece of advice?
I think you really have to have the passion for it. I think you really want to, you want to be able to help people, and you have to find your why. That's with everything. You have to find your why. What's your purpose, and and just live life to the fullest. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thanks for sharing, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Today I'm here with
Megan Sokol,
and where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Beautiful. And I spotted you wearing a Cartier Santos.
Medium.
Tell us about it. That's the medium size, yes. Tell us about it. How long you had it for, and what made you pick this up?
I've had it for about 3 years now. I just feel like it's the most classic universal watch. I love it. I think it's really timeless and elegant, so you're always going to see this one on my wrist.
Definitely. Cartier, you can't go wrong. But tell us, what made you go with the mid-size instead of the smaller size?
I like something that took up a little bit more real estate on my wrist. I like a big watch presence. I collect minis, so this is a nice break in that. But yeah, I just felt like, something that in the case I wanted to get rid of it later, it'll be real easy. There's more people for it. But yeah, I just felt like it was the one that spoke to me the best.
Very nice. And what year is this? This is not vintage, right?
No, this is like 2021, 22 maybe.
Are you someone that's into vintage?
I can be, depending on the piece. Not all vintage, but if it's like a bracelet watch, then I'm there for it.
Do you have one?
I do not.
Now, what do you have eyes on as the next piece you're going to pick up?
My next piece, I would love the Coral Red OP. I don't have a Rolex yet, so I feel like that's a fun one. I like some bold colors. For vintage, I don't know.
There's some beautiful vintage Cartier, like the Panther.
Oh yeah,
Tank.
There definitely is the tank, the Panther. I love all yellow pieces, so maybe a full Panther would be a good one for me to get. Maybe even like a little 26 millimeter ladies. Yeah, they just I don't know, something like that.
And have you ever purchased a timepiece to mark an achievement or a milestone in your life, or do you just buy timepieces whenever?
You know, I claim that I'd like to buy them to commemorate, but when something speaks to me, I have to pick it up. So I'm probably not the best, not an example of that. Yeah.
And tell us, what do you do for a living?
I'm a watch dealer.
How long you been doing this for?
About 4 years now.
And tell us one piece of advice to give the people out there, for watch collectors actually. What's one piece of advice you could give them when it comes to shopping and trying to pick up a new piece?
Sure. Don't buy in the moment. Sleep on everything. Do your research. Not everybody is super transparent. You want to make sure that whoever you're buying from, you're not buying the watch, you're buying the dealer, right? And yeah, just make sure it's something that really speaks to you and it's something you love.
Very nice. That's good advice. I didn't expect it where you said don't buy in the moment, because most dealers would want you to buy, they want to make a sale. But for you, you want them to make sure they make a good purchase.
Yeah, and I mean, I even just said that I'm the person who buys just when I see something and it speaks to me. But yeah, I feel like, you got to be educated. It's a big purchase, no matter how small it is in the grand scheme of watches. So you always want to make sure, like, if you're adding to the collection, it's something that's going to be memorable for you. It's something you really love and you're really going to wear. I hate hearing when people buy things just to keep them in their safe. We're meant to enjoy watches, live life with them. They tell a story. Every scratch on here is a memory. So yeah, I'd say probably that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for stopping and sharing, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Of course. Thank you. You as well. Take care.
Today I'm here with,
Helen,
and where are you from?
New York City.
Very nice. And I spotted you wearing a unique piece from a distance. The bracelet stood out to me. Tell us, what brand is it, how long you had it for, and what made you pick it up?
This is Chopard. I believe it's a French. No, I'm not sure who makes it, but Geneva, whatever. But they're famous for their floating diamonds. And I picked it up because it has emerald on the bezel instead of sapphire. It's from the 90s and it is partial, I believe it's 18 or 14 karat gold, yellow gold, and the rest is stainless steel, I believe.
Very nice. And it's vintage. And you said you picked this up at a
Auction.
That's definitely different. Most people, they go to the gray market dealers and the actual boutique, but you went to the auction. That's definitely nice.
Yes.
What other timepieces can you mention that you have?
I have a Cartier Pasha C. I also have another Chopard that was from an estate sale, and it's heart shaped with diamond bezel. Yeah.
Nice. I could tell I like your style.
Thank
Vintage,
you.
smaller pieces.
Yes.
Do you go into the large watches?
The Pasha C is pretty big for my wrist, at least. Yeah.
Okay, but it has a nice bracelet.
It's stainless steel. It's more masculine, I would say. But lately, I've been going for ones that's more feminine and fitted.
And what's the next timepiece on your radar to pick up?
I want a Constantine or
Vacheron, nice.
yeah, or another Chopard.
Very nice, very nice. Do you have connections with the boutique, a gray market dealer, or you just go through auctions a lot?
I don't have any connections with the boutique. I like to go to auctions only because I like vintage pieces, and I always ask the owner what is the history behind the watch. I like to know what the previous person did, or if they're still alive, or I don't like to go to pawn shops or gray market because if it's stolen, then it might bring you bad luck.
Very nice, very nice. And do you purchase timepieces to mark achievements and milestones, or do you just buy them because you just like how they look, designs?
Milestones, definitely milestones. If I accomplish something and this is my memory of accomplishing something big.
Does this one have a milestone attached to it?
It does. I walked Fashion Week for the first time in New York this year, and after I completed it, I bought my watch.
Very nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
Now, what do you do for a living?
I'm a model
Nice. And how long you been doing this for?
since February, so 3 months.
Very nice. And what's one piece of advice you could give to people out there that may want to get into this field? or it could be general financial.
Call your dealer.
Say it again.
Call your dealer. Call your lawyer.
All right.
No, general advice is people who are getting into watches. Do your research. Make sure your timepiece is worth the money. I made sure the price of gold is going up before I bought a gold watch. So if I was to melt this, I would make my money back.
Very nice. Well, thanks for sharing and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Today I'm here with
Nina.
Nina. Where you from?
I'm from New York, but I live out here in Miami,
Okay. What part of New York?
Harlem.
Okay. And I spotted you wearing a Rolex date, I think. Date just or Oyster Perpetual. I can't really see. But definitely blue dial.
Am I supposed to show it?
No. I'll do a B rolls.
Okay.
But definitely a nice dial. It's blue. Yeah, perfect. I
It's
see it now.
definitely blue and has pearl in it. I love my watch. It's very simple. It's very classic.
I like the size as well. What size is it?
Tang. It's not a 28. It's
31.
Yes, it's 31. See, I don't even know that much
Yeah.
about it.
Tell us, what was your first watch?
My first watch. Oh, Casio. Yeah, but that was like American Apparel days. That was like 2000, what, 11, 2010. Like, yeah.
So like a digital Casio.
Yeah.
And what's the next timepiece on your radar that you want to pick up?
The AP Mini, the frosted one. Yeah, I'll take the golds or the white gold, whichever one.
You know how much that's going for currently?
I've seen it in some places for like 12, 15, but
At the dealer or like a
Yeah,
gray
like-
market dealer?
no, yeah, like at the dealer.
Okay.
But online, I think it's how much is it? I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
The price doesn't matter. I haven't really checked, especially for women's sizes, but I'm sure it's pretty expensive, especially if you go
How
gray
much
market.
do you think it is?
Shit, you said frosted? Probably in the 20s.
Yeah, I think it's like 20 or 19 or something online, like 18 or 19 or something like that. Yeah.
So are you someone that's getting into watches for the design, investment?
It's a good investment, I believe so. But it's a nice accessory, and I feel like it also shows some type of form of success. You know, what did you say? You called it something earlier. You said it's a
I said design or investment.
no. You said something before that. Before we was recording, you said
To mark an achievement.
yeah, to market achievement. Yeah, it's a good way to market your achievement.
And tell us, what do you do for a living?
I have a bartender agency. I sometimes bartend, but I really act and I model. So I'm doing more commercial acting right now, but definitely tapped in with the whole film. I just did my first union film, so
Very nice. You want to say the name?
of the film, it's called Relapse. Yeah.
And what's one piece of advice you could give the people out there who may want to get into this field, this industry, or it could just be general relationship, financial advice?
When it comes to like watches, like your piece, don't bust it down. That's ignorant and it decreases the value. So
That's good advice. I'm glad you know that.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing and enjoy the rest of your day.
No problem, you too.
At this point in the video, guys, comment down below your favorite timepiece that we spotted so far. Comment down below your favorite watch and let me know why. Today I'm here with,
Joyce,
and where you from?
Puerto Rico.
And I spotted you wearing a Cartier timepiece. I don't know the model, but you could tell us what model is it, how long you had it for, and what made you pick it up.
So it's a Moss 2021, I think it is. I had it because my mom gave it to me, like, I think maybe 6-7 years ago. My dad is a Cartier lover. He has a few, and he bought this when she was like, I don't know, 30 something. And then she passed it along to me when it was my graduation.
Very nice, very nice. I love that story. Are you someone that's into watches now since you got that?
I am starting to, but this is like really the only one that I have right now. I really do like the Piaget too. I have one from my grandma too, and she did the same. She gave it to me like 10 years ago. So that's the only two watches I have. And now is that I'm starting to really get into watches more.
And now that you're getting into it, what's the timepiece on your radar that you may pick up?
I'm still looking into it, but I love brown and neutral, so probably I'm gonna get something in between like the gold and brown aesthetic. So yeah.
Are you gonna stick with vintage or modern, or go modern?
I would love to do a vintage. That's really more my style now. So I'm trying to find something along those. I know watches are very big and I love them, but I do want something that it's a little bit more with the historical background. So yeah.
Okay. Now, as a woman, are you someone that when you walk into a room and you see a guy, you check out his watch, or you don't really care much?
Not really. I check out his looks, the way he dresses and the way he handles himself, but not necessarily the watch. I think that's a plus for me.
It's a plus.
hmm
Okay, that's a new question I'm asking people, especially women, to see, how they view watches with guys wearing it. Some people, don't see why men love wearing watches or spending so much on expensive watches, but a lot of women now are starting to get it.
That's a good question. Look, I really think that if a man really loves the watches, I think if you enjoy having a collection, I think it's totally okay as long as you have the money and as long as you're doing it just for that because you like to accessorize. I love fashion, so I totally understand. But I really like it when it's only the reason of you wanting it because you really love it, not just to show off. That's really
Perfect, perfect. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an interior designer. I have my own business.
Very nice. And what's one piece of advice you could give the people out there who may want to get into this field?
I think just do it. Honestly, I did it 2 years ago. I was in the menswear fashion. Don't think about it. You'll learn as you go. Believe in yourself. That really, I always think about people that do this type of interviews, and it sounds cliche, but I literally went for it, and it's going well. So I think do what you want to do, find your passion, and don't forget what people think. Just enjoy it as you go.
But it's much easier if you have some sort of style before going into it, because you mentioned that you're into fashion,
Yes.
so I'm sure it helps, especially when it comes to furniture and
I
design.
mean, yeah, of course. You do have to have, the eye for it. But I think that can come as you go. Of course, you do have to understand the business a little bit, and the interiors is something that I really enjoy doing myself in my house. And I was also in the fashion industry, so of course that's something that I had to have. But if you really enjoy it, you're gonna have it already, the eye, right? So it's something that I enjoy doing. I've been doing it for years, and I'm just now in homes. So I think have the eye and have the passion to do it, and just be resilient about it. Go for it. Forget what people think, and you'll learn along the way. So that's my advice. What worked for me.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you sharing, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, comment down below your favorite timepiece that we spotted out here today. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And stay tuned for the next episode.